guy in my mom's basement. What do I know?
Right on. Well, I think we covered that pretty good. I'd love to hear about what is happening in the Ordinals scene. Give a little. We got a special guest here, of course. With this
Yeah,
lovely Buzz Lightyear face.
I've got a question for Buzz Lightyear. I just want to know, is the Ordinals market, is it heating up?
I thought they were dead, man.
Yeah, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I just want to know.
God.
It's very hot.
There you go.
It's very hot at the moment. I can't even see through all the smoke and the fire in my face. It's very hot at the moment. Very much like Solana. I don't know. That Bitcoin puppets at the moment is probably the hottest collection, apart from Node Monkeys. Node Monkeys was it's been touted as the CryptoPunks of Ordinals. I don't know why, because nobody I've heard, no human that I know, is called Node Monkeys the CryptoPunks of Ordinals, apart from influencers who are going to dump their bags on you. But the alternative, the counterculture, is the Bitcoin puppets, and they're very much like the miladies of Ordinals. And I quite enjoy the puppets. Disclosure, I've got a couple of them. But yeah, look at them. Aren't they beautiful?
Nice,
Aren't those
man.
beautiful?
Definitely.
Exactly. I mean, just look.
We can't
look
see anything.
Sound...
No, I like the puppets. I like the puppets. All right, yo, Phoenix, what's the starter pack, right? Like for the degen that's been degen and it hasn't had a chance to degen on this degen, where do I start? Like I've heard BRC20s, I've heard about these things, but who are either the Twitter accounts to go follow, or who has the Medium article that's this is how you get started? Because I think that's what's really delaying a lot of people from getting in there, because of that friction.
Yeah, I have no idea, for instance. So enlighten me if you could, please.
No, it's a great question. So there's a lot of education out there on where to start, and you really, Butwouldya, you kind of nailed it there. The friction point is the difficulty in getting into it, and finding the information is actually the biggest friction point as well, because it's so spread out all over the place. There isn't just one person that you can kind of go to, which has given me an idea. Maybe there's a gap in the market. Maybe I should fill that. Maybe I should fill that gap in the market. But where would someone start, for example, is downloading. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Xverse. That's the version. That's the Bitcoin version of MetaMask. Xverse and Unisat. And I would suggest starting off with. Starting off with the Bitcoin puppets, for example, things like that. Just getting a few collections you like. Going to Magic Eden on Bitcoin. Don't get the puppets. We're sending them to zero. Go to Magic Eden on Bitcoin, and then just peruse what you like. Get familiar with. I can't type anything, so I don't know. But there's this guy called Franken. It's Franken, and he's a great Ordinals educator. And he is like the right-hand man or the helper or some sort of community leader in Nullish. You guys might have heard me talk about Nullish every now and again. He's a very big artist on Bitcoin. Some people compare him to Xcopy, not because of the style of art, but just because he's just a bit of a don, really. And yeah, it's Franken. If you can get that, search for that. Is a very good educator. For BRC20s, I would say Audi. I know you guys have heard of Audi. I wouldn't recommend that because it's at 1.6 billion market cap already. The one that I'm going to shill, and yes, I do have bags of it, is called Track, and it's an indexer for Bitcoin. And it's basically trying to become the chain link of Bitcoin. And Benny the dev, who's created this thing, is extremely active. I don't know where he gets his energy from, man. I mean, he's everything you want in a founder, really. He's just very communicative. He's humble, really, really nice bloke, and he's just got time for everybody. And like the crazy thing is, he's actually smart and knows what he's doing, which is what you want, right? He's competent, which is such a rare trait in Web3. So for that alone is that's reason to look into the track ecosystem. Yeah, I'm not going to shill too many of my bags. I'll leave it there. But I would love to talk more about these or do some articles perhaps. And one about who to follow in Ordinals is a great suggestion, Butwouldya. So I'm going to do that.
Nice.
Yeah, man. The gap in the market is there.
This mask is really great. I don't know. I heard you say that Benny the Dev has nice legs.
That's exactly what I said.
That was a nice little tidbit.
Tracking.
I'm not sure if that's what you meant to say or if it was just a mask. Yeah. Well, I want to follow him. Well, that's good stuff. I've gotten some, demos from you in the past of getting into the Bitcoin shit coins there, the 20s, and I don't know, I might have made a few cents or lost a few thousand, but that was fun. It definitely is quite involved to get in. There's definitely a learning curve. Have you seen it improve in terms of user friendly, like easier? Like I remember you wrote an article when you first got your first Ordinal. It was like down some digital back alley and you had to trust some rando dude. I mean, it's a little bit more established now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really, really miss the days of going into a Discord and just having to trust somebody, OTC, and just there's two random dudes in a digital dark alleyway, and you're handing thousands of dollars over, and your name's being put on a spreadsheet, and you think, oh, I might just get robbed. I might just get robbed here, and if it is, that's there it is. But no, since those days back in February, we now have like marketplaces, as you know, with like Magic Eden, Unisat, and everything's pretty automated. And I mean, the tech's actually pretty good now. But there's still a lot of friction points still, and we're not quite there yet. We're definitely not quite there yet. But I think what's important is it's still an indicator of how early you are to Ordinals. If you think you've missed out on Ordinals, if you think you're too late, try and work this shit out, right? And then you'll realize real quick that you're not late at all. You're very early still, because there's a lot of bugs in it and there's a lot of stuff to try and figure out. And ultimately, Ordinals, this is the gimmick. It's immutable. The images which are inscribed on Bitcoin, they're not hosted on a server anywhere. That's the whole gimmick. It's like people have been inscribing war logs onto Bitcoin because they'll be there in 300 years' time, and they can't be scrubbed. So I mean, that's really and I think leading into the bull run, this will be quite a talking point and quite something that will be pushed in my estimation.
Yeah, man. I also think so. And, I think anytime there's been complex, innovative tech in the industry, later on in the years, it's done well from a financial perspective. And, guys, this is how the rich remain rich. When you get into crypto, you're told, never send your Bitcoin to anybody. Yeah, this is the complete opposite. But you see Buzz Lightyear sitting in a lovely place, and he's got Happy behind him, so he must be doing something right.
All right, man. Well, anything else, Butwouldya, you got that you think that we should be paying attention to for this upcoming week?
I think that if you continue to watch some of the things that are going on for the Saga phone, like you can follow the Saga DAO. You can find, like, a lot of times all these phone holders are getting airdropped this, and a lot of people, when you get airdropped, it comes right into your Phantom wallet, and there's a sell now button. So you can literally get an airdrop and just hit sell now, right, for whatever the floor price is. And some people don't care to pay attention to these things. And so if you are following what's coming out, you can literally sit on Tensor Trade and put out bids for $20, like 0.2, right? Like Solana is still pretty cheap when you think about it as 0.2, right? $20. So you can put out, 5.2 bids on a collection that you're getting told from many people that is going to have some possible hype. And then, hey, that could be an easy way to get some wins if you're trying to trade some of these projects. So not all of them are winners, but you can see on Twitter. You can always DM me. Happy to share any insider information that the cabal may be leaking.
All right, man. Well, that's some good stuff there. Chomps, any final words? I'm going to start banging on this gong here and sending us out.
Yeah, man, I just want to let people know, look at Solana on the charts if you are a trader. If we lose the 91 to 92 area, we might be going down to the 75s. If we can gain above 103, we might be going up to 125. So play your cards right, manage your risk, and be bullish where there's need to be bullish. Gong Man, take it away.
We'll see you next time. Yo, yo.
Did this thing start? Is this thing on?
This thing is on, bro.
Let's do it. What's up, my brother? How you living?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We'll give a grand rising and a welcome to whoever's brave enough to watch us here. We'll just be really clear that this is not the official Neo Tokyo podcast. Just a couple degens messing around here, trying to give some goods, trying to give a little alpha, let you know what's going on, have a little fun. So right now, starting off, there's plenty of news. You guys have probably heard most of the news, but today there was some big news coming out of Solana. Solana had so much success with that Saga phone that they're already pumping out round 2, or I guess they're calling it chapter 2. So what, did you check this one out yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Right now they have the it's $450 for a device, right? They just said it didn't say it was officially a phone. It's for a device. So excited to see what the device really entails. I mean, literally the first words on the website say it was an overnight success that took 6 months in the making, right? All of a sudden they sold out in two nights after everyone found out about all the claims. So yeah, crazy stuff has been happening in the Solana ecosystem. And I know people are already on this. I sent a link to a few friends and showed them, and they sent me back purchase orders. So it seems like people don't want to miss this wave.
Yeah, I definitely I jumped on that bandwagon as well, and I put in my order. We're gonna see if this is gonna be worth it. This might be like the Cybertruck. I think I put my Cybertruck order in about a decade ago. Still waiting for that one to come through, but hopefully this is a little better.
The 2025 thing is kind of it's dang, you're doing a hard staking 4.5 soul. Can't get anything back till 2025. If you scroll down though, I guess a little bit of alpha for the people that maybe aren't paying attention, but on that website, if you actually connect your backpack wallet instead of Phantom, because Phantom I think is the most popular, but if you connect your backpack wallet, you actually get a chance to win a Mad Lads. So I think it's on the leaderboard tab. Sorry about that. Should have mentioned that up at the top on the leaderboards tab. But yeah, you can get a chance to get a Mad Lads if you follow basically Mad Lads, and if you use your backpack wallet and someone you refer uses their backpack wallet. And it also says to follow Tensor, which is I don't know if you know about Tensor HQ, but that's one of the most popular NFT platforms for Solana. They have an airdrop coming, so I think a lot of things are kind of in the works here. They're really trying to use that physical infrastructure to make waves and bring Solana to the mainstream.
Right on. So what you're saying is don't just order it, but try one of these other things out, order it through by connecting the backpack wallet, and you might get this other giveaway. It's saying stay tuned, so there might be something for the Phantom folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, a Mad Lads right now is 150 Solana floor, so that's $15,000, right? So that'd be a nice little win. Tensor HQ, I think last I checked was around 90, 95, so that'd be $9,000. So if you're gonna already go for it, right? You might as well do a couple extra steps, try to maximize your gains there. or possible gains.
Yes, for sure, man. Well, I'm hoping that we actually do get something. I guess there's some rumors that it's not even a phone potentially. It might be some kind of other device. We will see about that. There's been a couple of these things where they, you have this pre-order and nobody's ever received anything, but they have came through. You already got what? How many do you got? You got a Saga phone, right?
Yeah. I just grabbed one. I grabbed one. I found out they had only made 20,000 of them. So the real question is about the. So if you go up to the story, so go all the way back to the top and click on the story tab. The real question is about the Saga Genesis token, because that is a soul-bound NFT, and that is what's been enabling unlocking so much value for everyone. So that's so I'm really curious to see if they're going to do like a round 2 of the. Well, I guess it wouldn't be the Genesis token, right? But Saga token 2, maybe something like that. And it makes it really easy for projects to kind of get on board and say, hey, we can have a grassroots community starting out right from the gate. Let's just airdrop all the Saga 2 holders or all the Saga Genesis holders. So that'll be really cool. It looks like, though, if you see where it says the future, the next phase depends on selling at least 100,000 units. So, like to your point earlier, I'm curious, if they don't hit that pre-sale number, are they going to scrap the whole project? Is it, what's going to happen? Because it kind of seems like what's going on right now is, hey, let's raise X amount of dollars. And once we know we have that X amount of dollars locked in, okay, now let's go ahead and build the product. So we'll see. But I've been very happy with my Saga phone, so.
Yeah, I've been feeling the FOMO already and didn't want to have FOMO for this next one, so I'm glad I'm on there. And as you mentioned before, there might be a possibility that even the people that signed up and pre-ordered are able to get some airdrops. I mean, of course, we have no knowledge of this, and there's no guarantees of that, but it is a possibility since they did take your wallet. Yeah,
exactly, right. Since they took your wallet, right, even though the phone isn't coming until 2025, they have a list of all the people that bought and their wallet address. So, you could still get rewarded theoretically, speculatingly, if there is something to come.
Well, I get my fingers crossed, and in the meantime, we'll see. Maybe we can buy phase 1 on the black market there or something. And otherwise, just learn from what you guys are doing. Right on. Well, what else you got on the docket? What have you been looking at here, Butwouldya?
So outside of Solana phone, that made a lot of news. The Saga monkeys really came back strong. That community is looking crazy. I got to shout them out while we're on here. Definitely looking to getting into Saga monkeys. If you don't know, now you know. We got a bunch of shit coins are still popping off. To be fair, just yesterday, the past 2 days, the meta for shitcoins were rapper and song names, like song names and artist names. And so you had this token that came out called Kanye with the ticker sign Yay. And I just had to shout out this epic trade in the shitcoin world where the Yay token came out, and within the first minute of it coming out, some degen bought $70 worth of it, and the token actually went up to about $3 million. And that degen then sold his $70 bag, was now worth $22,000, 22.9 thousand, so 23,000, and he sold it all in one transaction. So I mean, you really gotta commend those types of efforts, right? Those are the wins we're all looking for in the shitcoin world. So shout out to that degen. And there's been a bunch more, like the Drake token came out, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. They were doing all types of craziness over there. So, always a fun day in that world if you know how to play in it.
Yeah, I do not know how to play in it, but I'm trying to learn. I had a friend tell me about one. Oh, you should get this one. And, of course, I got the wrong one with the same name and, lost a little bit. But this is how you learn, I guess. You get in there. At least I didn't get my whole freaking wallet drained or anything that bad, just messing around, trying to figure out the landscape, keep up with you shitcoin traders. I don't know if it's for everybody, but it looks like you're having a good time with it.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, and definitely not for the faint of heart. But I mean, my main bags are packed, right? So it's like there's not much to do there. Just kind of keep up with some of the new stuff going on, and so that way I don't get too distracted doing too much craziness. I'm like, oh, I'll just play with a small percentage of my portfolio over here, maybe make some money, maybe lose some money, but I know that going in, so that makes it a lot easier. One of the cool things that has been like, I guess, a slight distraction from some of that stuff is what's been going on Say, or Sui. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Sui, SUI. There's been like an incredible amount of like net inflows that have been going. I mean, honestly, they've been going on for the past like 365 days, but even in just the last 7 days, like out of the 30% of money outflows that came out of Ethereum, I believe it's something like 60% of that went into
It's a 65.
yeah. So I mean, that's like pretty cool to see. Just so like like I talked about on NFT Market Mondays once before about the wormhole scan where you can kind of see some of the money inflows and outflows. And so I've just been tracking that and keeping up with that and seeing what's been going on the I always say it wrong, but the Sui network. So
Yeah, I remember there was a couple of months back you were showing us that's everything was going over to Solana, and it was pretty much like 2 weeks after you said that everything started to explode over there. So that was a good heads up for those who were listening. Most people don't seem to take action until everybody's already doing it and everybody's giving the reports of how much money they're making. But this is a tool that will allow you to get in there early. This is when the money's flowing there, so you want to jump on that if you're trying to, get into this level of degeneracy.
Yeah, like I remember I told everybody about this NFT called Fuddies, and shout out to my guy Thayer, who actually was like the one that mentioned it to me when we were talking about the money flow going over to Sui. But yeah, Fuddies was like a pretty much an NFT where people, all the community were just making fun of each other, basically saying like send this NFT to zero, why are people buying this? But it became really cool. It became like kind of like the backwards meta of like, what to look out for. And so if you pull up the hyperspace, I don't know if you can see that, but that's like one of the NFT platforms that I think may have some traction in the future as we kind of go forward. They have a really cool feature on there where you can kind of swap directly from like Avalanche or Solana into Sui. So, it makes it a little bit easier. And then there's only like 10 NFT projects over there right now. So get in early, check it out. It might be something worth looking into.
Nice. Yeah, and if you get in there early, I'm assuming there's probably a lot of airdrop activity and opportunities over there too, yeah?
So I think like most of the protocols are still being built out, but like a good place to check would be to pull up like DeFi Llama. And then if you pull up DeFi Llama, you go see like what chains have like the highest TVL on there. I'm sorry, what protocols have like the highest TVL on there? Which I think right now on Sui is like Scallop Lend, Cetus, Aftermath Finance. But any of those DeFi projects, like people should definitely be kind of checking them out right now because that's how you would qualify for future airdrops, right? So again, just hop on DeFi Llama, pull up Sui. Right now, the TVL is at an all-time high, so it's like pretty cool to see over the past month. We've seen the TVL go from like 150, and I can try to pull it up for you really quick. Let's share this window here, DeFi Llama. Okay. Yeah, so we've seen on this low here, TVL dropped down to like 150 million and, back up over 300 million. And then if you kind of scroll down, you can just see some of these protocols, right? So you need to be checking these out. Let's see, Aftermath Finance, boom, you jump in, you can see 40 million locked. Had a lot of activity coming in soon. You can hit right here, go ahead and check their Twitter, go ahead and check their website. And these are just like the basic little like things that you can do to like if you're airdrop hunting or if you're looking to get into new projects but you're like, oh, I don't know where to start. Well, these are like super easy ways where you have all the data in front of you. And if you see net inflows coming into a lot of these new DeFi projects, it might be a good idea to check out, oh, why are people putting their money there? Oh, maybe there's a potential airdrop coming in the future or different things like that. So yeah, just wanted to share that. It's something I've been doing since I started in crypto, and I think everyone kind of should be like one of your main staples.
Damn, that thing just said LSD-fi. I wish it was the
Right up
kind
your
of
alley there,
LSD-fi
brother.
I likes, man. That'd be perfect, man. I would be in front on that airdrop. I'd be getting a full airdrop on that one, level
The
1.
retroactive tier 1 airdrop.
Right on. Well, yeah, our man with the Terminator glasses kind of bailed on us here. I don't see Chomsky, man. I'm gonna have to bang the gong on his ass here. So hopefully he'll be back with us next time. He was going to give us a little turbo TA, but I think we could just go over a couple little topics here real quick that are interesting and of note on the news front. Morgan Stanley has issued a warning about a paradigm shift they see happening. This is in relation to this ETF of Bitcoin and the evidence they're seeing of all these countries starting to use digital currencies, especially stable coins. And they are saying this could be a threat to the US dollar's global dominance. The other thing going on right now would be the World Economic Forum. I'm just going to try and pull that up real quick.
Yeah, when these guys get together, they start making their new rules. Who knows what the outcome is going to be with that?
Yeah, and it looks like this year especially, there is a lot of focus on crypto. So keep an eye on that and see what comes out of there, because that could have a major factor into the regulations that start coming and the adoption that we see on a global scale in the coming years. And at this point, I think we're going to cut it real short today. We could go over a bunch more news, but I think you should check in on us on our Market Monday show. We'll be all over it there. And if there's any more breaking news, we'll just jump on and do a quick report when that comes up. You got anything else for us, Butwouldya?
Not so much. I'll stay on top of these trends going on Solana and some of the new action that I can find. You stay on top of these headlines. We'll keep bringing you the alpha, and see you on Monday.
Sounds good, man. I'm just going to play the gong once for you.
One time, Mr. Gongman. Aloha, brother.